Moving on the back foot. Oh, left hook is down!
Left hook sends Diaz to the canvas!
Jake Paul isn't just another celebrity in the ring. He's a full-blown knockout-making threat. He has got the power, speed, and timing. But can he go toe-to-toe with the best of the best? Let's rewind and break down his best performances to see if he's truly a world title contender. Jake Paul began his professional boxing career in January 2020, facing fellow influencer Ali Al-Fakri. Paul owned the fight from the jump.
He's put under pressure to take control of the fight early. Yes, you got to get that space. You have to earn that space.
Soon, a sharp counter right calls the first knockdown.
Gibb crouching wildly.
And that.
Another thudding right sent Gibb into the ropes like Wi-Fi lag hit him.
He only gets it if he takes care of Gibb. That's another knockdown.
Paul then unleashed a ruthless barrage for the first round TKO.
Big right hand that lands. Gibb is hurt. And now he's down again. And that is it. Jake Paul.
After breezing past an influencer, Paul faced a basketballer, and he was just one dunk away from shocking the world. Jake Paul spent the whole fight catching Nate Robinson sprinting in like he was late for basketball practice.
They're scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds.
Stop.
But just a few minutes in, Paul drew first blood with a clean right hand that hit home.
Oh, and a counter right hand.
Nate got up, charged again, but only to eat another bomb.
The sledgehammer. Oh, there's a right hand, and I think this fight's going to be over.
Paul wasn't messing around, and he dunked Robinson with a brutal right.
Be different altogether. Paul moving in for the finish, and that's it. A heavy right hand, and that's...
Stay there. What was the referee doing, allowing him to continue out?
With 2 wins on the belt, Paul wanted to test himself against an actual fighter, but a wrestler at that, in the form of Ben Askren. Jake Paul didn't even let Ben Askren warm up.
You think they'll start kissing? That's what I'm here for. Oh, okay.
The moment Askren lumbered forward, Paul cracked him with a sharp right that dropped him cold.
Get my money, Jake. Get my money, Jake.
Ben tried to reset, but his legs were still jelly, and the ref saw no point in continuing the fight.
Jake Paul, Jake, give me my money. Give me my $2 million.
Paul's next fight came against Nate Diaz, an MMA fighter with legit boxing and a granite chin. This was his first real test, and it was pure chaos from the opening bell.
Would not miss with the jab. Oh, big shot, big left hook.
Nate might be in some trouble already.
Jake came out sharp, snapping Nate's head back with clean jabs and right hands.
Well, Nate on the ropes, this is not where you want to be.
Look at the
Left hook
size.
again, Jake Paul. Lynch. Big left hook again.
He's in big trouble, Wade.
Every time Jake landed something big, Nate smiled, taunted, and started slapping like he was handing out parking tickets.
It doesn't need to be at arm's length, Wade.
And look at Nate here from Nate.
Oh,
Jake gets hit with
good shot.
And here comes the flurry from Nate Diaz.
Paul scored the heavier shots, even dropping Nate when he got too playful.
Moving on the back foot. Oh, left hook is down!
Left hook sends Diaz to the canvas.
Diaz survived everything thanks to his granite chin, continued to march forward, and even put Jake on his back foot.
There he goes, there he goes!
Nate throwing a flurry coming forward here.
Oh, big left hand! He fell down! Needs to keep working. He's enjoying this.
After 10 rounds of war, Jake had proven once again that he was a legit fighter. But what came next would truly put him on the map as one of the most talked about boxers of his generation.
The problem child, Jake Paul.
Despite being 7-1 in boxing, Jake Paul was heavily criticized for cherry-picking MMA fighters. So he decided to fight a legit boxer with a solid record. That guy was Andre August. Jake Paul came out patient, measuring his opponent with jabs.
Much on average, you start with jabs and jabs. You get that for the
But once Jake found the timing, things got ugly fast.
It's Jake Paul that's going to the body here in round one. Yeah, couldn't get a read on the guy. He lands it right there.
With Jake now in the driving seat, he let loose a sneaky uppercut right through August's guard. August hit the canvas, staring at the ceiling like he was reading spoilers. The ref didn't even bother with the count.
He set up that shot with a double jab. Lights out.
After taking out a credible boxer, Paul went after another in the shape of 17 and 2 puncher Ryan Borland. But it was another masterclass. From the first bell, Borland was lunging like he was late for a TikTok audition.
Ryan Borland's been fighting since he was 13 years old and prepare you for a stage like this. A good right hand to the body.
A minute into the fight, a clean overhand sent Ryan stumbling into the ropes like he forgot gravity existed.
It's in the middle of the ring. Nice right hand for Jake. Borland already been wobbled. He's wobbled.
Paul smelled blood and unloaded brutal combinations that were the icing on the cake.
Looking to end it right here, right now. And they've stopped it. Round 1, knockout.
If back-to-back wins against legit boxers weren't enough, Paul amped things up big time as he fought a violent bare-knuckle champion and showed levels. In his next fight, Paul fought Mike Perry and danced around him like he was avoiding a bad date.
Better protect themselves.
Ooh, great body shot right there by Jake.
Very noticeable size.
Told you, man.
Perry charged in swinging like he was in a backyard brawl, but Paul's counters were crisp and punishing.
That got his equilibrium off.
Time and again, he rocked Perry with nasty combinations.
Rope is a...
Oh, man. Whoa.
2, 3, 4. The referee taking a look at...
And sent him into the ropes on chicken legs.
You were talking about
Oh, man.
That one caught him good. Paul,
That's the one.
a right hand. This may be it. Right hand. And he's down for a 3rd time.
In just 6 rounds, Perry had taken more beating than in his UFC and BKFC days, and the referee had no option but to stop this massacre. Paul's next opponent was none other than Mike Tyson, and even at an old age, the boxing legend had a ton of heat. Tyson came forward, fists swinging like sledgehammers.
Wanting to see more action. He just landed the overhand right, testing the...
Jake tried to survive as he slipped, bobbed, and weaved.
Keep messing with that mouthpiece.
Oh, left hook, triple left hook.
The young boxer then started getting comfortable with his punches.
Nice 1-2 catches Tyson.
While Mike was still pushing forward like a rusty battle tank, Paul was landing the bigger shots.
Colloid warning Paul not to measure.
After 8 rounds of battle, Paul was declared the winner by a decision.
Well, it happened. Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson.
After Tyson, it was Julio Cesar Chavez's turn to test this Disney kid. But even his Mexican fire was dim in Paul's comparison. Jake Paul treated Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. like a reluctant Uber driver.
Good shot, I believe. And he's letting Jake get off of.
Oh, big right from Paul.
Chavez barely threw anything early, looking like he'd forgotten his homework.
There's another one. And a right from Jake Paul.
Paul's body shots made him double over and regret his life choices.
Oh, nice uppercut.
In later rounds, Chavez finally landed a few sparks, but it was too little and too late.
Deep breath and ate a big uppercut.
Chavez getting...
Big left from Chavez Jr.
After 10 rounds, Paul cruised to a wide unanimous decision, proving once again that he wasn't some celebrity boxer who was here for fun. He's here to be the best. Do you think Jake Paul has what it takes to snatch a real boxing title in the future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next knockout breakdown. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.